To turn in your homework, you'll need to know how to add a title block, drag views onto the title block, and print to a PDF so you can turn it in through Blackboard. Let's quickly create a couple walls like it was a building. Now let's put this onto a title block. The first thing we want to do is add the title block, and you do that through your project browser by right-clicking on, on the sheets, and you add a new sheet. When you add a new sheet, Revit wants you to specify what title block you'll use for that sheet. There's one already loaded, that's an E1, which has the dimensions of 30 by 42, and we'll go ahead, we don't need to load any new ones. We'll go ahead and just use the 30 by 42, hit OK, and it loads that title block onto a sheet. And if you expand the sheet over in the project browser, you can see that it has named it, well, it has not named it, it's unnamed, but it has numbered it A101. Now, once we have a title block, we can just drag views. So what I'm doing here is I have level 1. I'm going to left click and hold the button down on my mouse and drag it over. When I let go of the button, I get the box and I can move it around, and I'm going to place it right where I want it, and then I'm going to click again on the left button on my mouse and it places the view. I might also do that with my 3D view. Left click, hold, let go of the button, click again, and you have your 3D view. And that is how you have your title block with your views. Now let's take a look on how to plot to a PDF so you can turn your homework in through Blackboard. There's two ways to access the print dialog box. One is through the quick access toolbar up at the top, the printer there, and the second is through the file print. Either way takes you to this dialog box. The first thing we want to do is make sure that we are going to print to an Adobe PDF. Next we'll go to Setup. To set it up correctly, we need to know what size the title block is. This was a 30 by 42 title block, which is called an ARC E1. So we are going to change the size from letter to an ARC E1. Next, we'll make sure that the zoom, the scale, is correct. Fit to page is not correct. We want to zoom to 100%. That way, our drawings are to scale. Next, we're going to want to center our plot on the hard copy paper. Next, we'll want to not do a vector, mainly because we have color. If you have any kind of color, you'll want to use a raster processing. And finally, the appearance, raster quality high is good, and I always do color just in case I have color. It'll print to color. Okay, that all looks good. Now we're going to plot our current window. We can preview it here, and that looks good. The title border looks like it fits on the page, and we see our two views. We're going to go ahead and print. Before we say OK to print, we're going to want to make sure we place the PDF in a place where we can find it. I'm going to browse and I'm going to put it on my desktop. And I'm going to make sure that I know what it's called. It's called Project 1. I'll say Save, and I'll hit OK. And it's going to ask me again, where do I want to put it? Well, I'm going to put it on the desktop. I'm going to save it there, and it works a little bit. And there's the PDF. You always want to make sure that you preview your PDF before you turn it in, and you should be good. Let's just double check on our desktop. You can see that that is where it placed the PDF. If I open it up, there it is. And that is what you'll turn in for Blackboard.